Contestant number 4, Steve Logan. A visit to the dark side of the moon. A visit to the dark side of the moon, Steve Logan.
I'm wondering how many of you realize that West Virginia is home to the largest radio, telescope, and observatory in the world. And this is true. I'm referring to Green Bank's Astronomy Observatory in Pocahontas County, West Virginia. And 3 months ago, the observatory launched a probe, initiated a probe to see if they could discover extraterrestrial communication. And lo and behold, while my wife and I were touring the observatory, a suspected alien signal came through, but no one was able to decipher the message. And the very next afternoon, my wife and I were walking on the Greenbrier River Trail, about 10 miles from the observatory, and it was getting dark as we were heading back to the rental house in Cass, when overhead there was a large saucer-shaped craft that was hovering, well, just above the reach of the tallest trees, and all of a sudden a very bright beam of light lit us up, and we were instantaneously transported up into the saucer and were surrounded by extraterrestrial beings. But what amazed me the most was their appearance. They did not fit the usual stereotype for aliens. No, they did not look like the one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eaters from the 1950s rock and roll song. And they didn't even match the popular conception of little green men. In fact, they didn't even resemble E.T., who wanted to call home in the movie, E.T. No, these extraterrestrials actually looked a lot like us, except they had much bigger heads. Perhaps they had bigger brains. Now, communication came forth through mental telepathy. And as we looked around the interior of the craft, we observed cushioned seats, very much like we find on our commercial airlines, except there were no seatbelts. And the absence of seatbelts really concerned me. No seatbelts! Well, the aliens tried to allay my fears by pointing to their onboard computer system, which also had a great big digital display map of the entire universe. And they communicated to me that their technology is 1 million years more advanced than anything we have on Earth. And that their alien spacecraft was equipped with inertia cancelers. That made them immune to the effects of inertia. There was a technological seatbelt. Kept everything inside the craft from flying through the windshield as the computer would pulsate on and off as needed. Now, what really caught my attention next was that digital display map of the entire universe, of this navigation system for the universe. And I thought to myself, well, why? Why would they even need such a map of the universe and a navigation system for the universe? Because, from my standpoint, it would be utterly impossible for them to be able to travel through the galaxies of the universe unless they could fly faster than the speed of light, which is impossible. Well, what I found out from them was absolutely astonishing. They informed me that they have found a detour around the speed of light. Yes, they actually can sidestep the speed of light as they cross the universe. Now, how, you might ask? How is this possible? Yes, that's the same question I asked. How is this possible? Well, they informed me that contrary to what we on Earth learned in our grade school math about the shortest point between 2 points being a straight line, is not always true. In fact, they said, if we take a flat map of the Earth, place it on a table, point A being New York City, point B being Paris, France, draw a straight line. These two cities are pretty far apart. But then, if we we have two cities that aren't so far apart. And then if we punch a hole in the map and connect the two cities, just like magic, we have a gateway to cities that aren't so far apart. Well, their alien spacecraft is equipped with a warp drive, which is a wormhole generator, which actually allows them to bend space itself. It creates a tunnel, a shortcut to the fabric of time and space, sort of like Alice's looking glass. The looking glass was in many ways a subway system through space and time. But then they really had a surprise for me. They streaked through space to the backside of the moon, the dark side, and we observed metallic dome-shaped structures, a whole colony of them, and what looked to me like communication antenna, sort of like our cellular towers, a multitude of cellular towers. But listen to this. To my amazement, I spotted West Virginia's notorious Mothman living in one of those dome-shaped structures. Now, we all know that Mothman left Point Pleasant, West Virginia about 50 years ago, never to be seen again. And here he is, living on the dark side of the moon. But before the extraterrestrials dropped my wife and me back off on the trail, they admonished me not to share this encounter with anyone on Earth until further contact. Except for one group. I could tell Toastmasters, because of giving a tall tale speech. No one was going to believe me anyway. Contest chair.